What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys a Tuesday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have another two-game slate tonight. Last night, we ended up cashing with the cash lineup. Ended up having to make a switch with that lineup because Rudy Gobert was ruled out, so hopefully you guys saw that notification. I got Naz Reid and Karl Anthony Towns in the lineup, and they both smashed. The Nuggets are in some serious trouble. They've looked terrible in both games at home. They're going to have to win one. Obviously, they have to win one on the road, if not both. If they don't win both on the road in Minnesota, the series might be done for. Kind of surprising how bad they have looked in the first two games, but they are the Nuggets. They can turn it around in the blink of an eye. We have Jarrett Allen again, questionable. So, first game of the slate, so it's not all that bad. We should get the news, at latest 30 minutes before the game, before lock. But who knows? I've seen way worse in the NBA. He's missed the last three games, and all three games have been like a true game time decision. They don't release the news until close to tip-off, so we'll have to see what goes on there. Tough matchup, obviously, in Boston. We have a couple of tough DFS games here tonight. Four gritty teams going at it. We don't have any prior games to go off of. These are game ones of the new series in round two. Cavs at Boston, Mavericks at the Thunder. So I'll talk to you guys about some value plays using FanDuel salaries as usual. One play for each position. Give this video a like, subscribe, put my alerts on so you don't miss any giveaways and videos. I will be doing an MLB video today as well. We have a lot of baseball on the slate. So for point guard, I'm not going to give you guys a player more than $6,000 in this video. Going to try to talk about most of the cheap guys that I like here, just because we all know when you can spend up on Luka, Jason Tatum, SGA, great. That's not really where the challenge comes into play. We got to find some cheap guys, so I'm gonna give you guys some cheap guys in this video. I like Jrue Holiday at 6,000. Him and Josh Giddey are very, very comparable tonight for DFS. He's $300 more than Giddey. He just has more secure minutes. We know he's going to play anywhere from 32 to 38 minutes. Obviously, he is, pretty far down on the pecking order when it comes to usage in this starting five. But he's still Jrue Holiday. He's still out there for defense. He should have a good chance at running into blocks and steals. The Celtics do move the ball around a lot. Up when he was around 7K, it was a challenge to get there because his usage has been down with the Celtics. Not quite the same usage we've seen with him in the past with the 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks, but he was obviously ready to take on this role, have his best chance at becoming an NBA champion, and he still fits in really well. 6K now. Now we have to start thinking about Jrue Holiday. He needs 30 fantasy points, but again, on two-game slates, we don't really need to worry about 5x their value. We just need them to outperform other guys in their salary range. I do think he gets over 25 fantasy points tonight. He's been pretty good. He's been getting at least like 22 plus, so he doesn't really sink your lineup even on a bad game. So he looks pretty safe. If you like to play cash lineups or cash contests, I should say, on a two-game slate, Holiday looks like a pretty good cash contest guy at 6K. A very similar guy, like I was saying, is Josh Giddey, who I'm going to put at shooting guard. Now, he has a higher upside than Jrue Holiday, but he's a much higher risk. He can fall out of the rotation a lot easier than Jrue Holiday can. We know Holiday is going to play 32-plus minutes. Giddey, we can't say the same thing. When he plays really well, he plays around 28 to 32 minutes. If he doesn't, he could easily play, 18 to 22 minutes. So it's a little bit up in the air. It is nice to see that the last two games, he's played 31 and 29 minutes. And has played pretty well. So I don't mind Giddey here. I think he's very, very similar to Jrue Holiday. They both look like good value plays on this slate. And the good thing with Giddey is you can put him at shooting guard. So this is a huge deal tonight because we want to try to get to Luka Doncic. And Luka is a point guard only. Jrue Holiday is a point guard only. Giddey being a shooting guard, really benefits us to get all three of those guys in our lineups. Small forward, like I said, we're going cheap here. I really like Derek Jones as a value piece tonight. He looks like one of the best sub 5K guys tonight at 4,500. He's been playing really well for the Mavs. He's been, running into blocks and steals. He has been, stretching the floor. Obviously, his usage is not high with Kyrie and Luka on the court, but he finds himself with open threes, alley-oops, cutting to the basket because Luka and Kyrie draw so much attention. So, been playing pretty big minutes as of late, all playoffs. Other than the first game, he actually didn't play a ton, didn't play well at all. But other than that first game, the next 5 games, he played 27-plus minutes. So that looks really good at 4,500. If he gets anywhere around 20 fantasy points, we're going to feel really good here because, like I say in all my previous videos, 2-game NBA playoff slates, they're tough. You're going to have to make uncomfortable decisions. And, obviously with all the stars that play in the playoffs, you got to find cheap guys. Derek Jones looks like one of the better cheap guys we can look at 4,500 tonight. Power forward, Al Horford, sub 6K, looks pretty easy to me. No Kristaps Porzingis. They're going to need him even more than they needed him against the Heat because the Cavs have not only Evan Mobley, but they have Jared Allen too, if Jared Allen plays. But obviously with Mobley out there, Al Horford is going to have to play, big minutes. Can't really look at the 22 minutes last game. They blew out the Heat. In a competitive game here against the Cavs, Horford's going to play easily 30 minutes, if not 35 minutes. So at sub 6K, he looks great. One more positive here with all this is he can play center and power forward. So just, multiple ways for him to get in your lineup. It's just an easy play. He should be one of the first guys in for your lineups at 5,800. Looks really good to me. Obviously, no Porzingis opens up a very, very safe pathway for him to see some usage and some minutes. And again, the Cavs, if Jared Allen's in tonight, it doesn't really matter, but if Jared Allen's in, they're definitely going to need him to play a lot. But even if Jared Allen's out, they got Evan Mobley out there too. So Horford will be needed to fill this huge, huge void for the Celtics. Without Kristaps Porzingis, it's a really tough blow for them. They should be able to handle themselves still with as good as their team. So Horford looks good at 5,800. And then for center, we're going to get cheap again. Don't love really any of the expensive guys. You could look at Evan Mobley if Jared Allen is ruled out, obviously. I don't like spending my money there. Chet Holmgren has been, very, very unpredictable and inconsistent. Can put Horford at center if you don't like anyone else. I like Derek Lively. He's been playing off the bench behind Daniel Gafford. He's played more minutes than Gafford the last 2 games. 24 minutes the last 2 games. Has been playing well. It's kind of like a whoever's running hot situation. They're probably going to split the center minutes pretty evenly, between the 48 minutes in the game. I think Gafford has seen something like 19 and 22 minutes over the last 2 games, while Lively has seen 24 minutes. So I do like Lively. He is a little bit more at 4,800. Gafford's 4,500 for good reason. It looks like Lively has a little bit of a step ahead of Gafford in terms of playing time. But again, it really comes down to whoever's playing well. You could go to either guy. If you want to try to get Luka and or another stud like SGA or Tatum or Donovan Mitchell, you're going to have to continue to go cheap here, and I think center might be the play with either Gafford or Derek Lively at sub 5K. I like Lively more. He's hit value the last 2 games and playing more minutes. 24 minutes, really, really good for Derek Lively at this price. That'll do it for this video, guys. Let's have a nice 2-game slate here tonight. Last night was always going to be tricky. I had a feeling Gobert was going to be ruled out, even though I thought he was going to play. I just knew it was going to screw me over whichever side I took. But, I hope you guys saw the changes. We still cashed in with one of the lineups. Let's have a great night tonight. Maybe take something down. Anything is possible on a 2-game slate. So thanks for stopping by. As usual, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off. Peace.